For the next 3 days, I'm on a mission to find some of the best coffee along the West Coast, from hidden neighborhood cafes to world-class roasters, while soaking in the cities, the people, and the stories behind every cup. And the way I'm getting there is by train. You see, I've never taken the train for this kind of distance before, so walking through these cars for the first time felt a little surreal. This is home for the next 24 hours. My own little room where I'll be sleeping, working, and watching the scenery roll by. It's cozy, simple, and honestly kind of perfect. But before settling in, I had one thing on my mind: dinner. Since I boarded around 8 p.m., the dining car was already calling my name. The food was good, and then I crashed. You know, waking up on a train really is something else. The first thing that I saw when I woke up was Mount Shasta, towering above the horizon and snow dusting its slopes. I just sat there for a minute trying to take it all in. Later we rolled through Klamath Falls and the landscape started to change. From there the tracks wound deeper into the mountains. It's the kind of view you can't help but get lost in. Alright, I figure now, since we have quite a few hours left in our trip, I should probably give you an update on what exactly we're doing here. This trip involves exploration. It involves indulging myself in the coffee scene within Seattle and Portland. And it also involves just showing the different ways you can experience coffee. I am currently taking a Amtrak train that is going to take almost 24 hours to get to my destination. But it shows that you can get to your coffee destinations in many different ways. It doesn't always involve plane or cars. Those may be more efficient, but it's not all of the ways. What makes this beautiful is we have just passed the California border into Oregon. We passed Klamath Falls, and now we are heading through one of the most beautiful areas in all of the US. Lots of lush green trees, beautiful mountainsides, very tall trees, and one of my favorite areas. Another reason why I enjoy taking this train is you meet some of the most genuine people. And last night and this morning for dinner and breakfast, I met different groups of people, and they were all beautiful. They were all great to talk with. I loved learning about why they were heading to their destination and why they decided to take train versus a plane or a car. And you get a mixed bag of responses, and that's what I wanted here. I wanted to understand why there were different forms of travel around. I have to admit that being from where I am in San Jose, taking the train is not usually at top of mind. It's either a plane or a car, and it's nice to know that there is something soothing like this still out there. On top of that, we are trying to explore and find some of the best coffee shops along the Pacific Northwest. I'm gonna watch this beautiful view here. We have lunch in about 3 hours or so, and I'm looking forward to that. They said it's a really good hamburger, which was recommended by a couple of passengers that have been on this train before. So I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how the next few hours are, but I'm gonna add some B-roll of this beautiful scenery. We have arrived in our first stop, Seattle, Washington. It's a place I've been to before, but haven't really discovered the coffee scene truly. There's the big names that are very well known for establishing their footprint here, but there are also some smaller scene roasters and also some multi-roasters that are here as well that I'm really interested to find and discover their coffees. I'm really looking for some competition level coffees, great pour overs, and a craft behind the coffee. The first shop I'm checking out tomorrow is Analog Coffee. That's one that was recommended to me by multiple people, so I'm excited to go there. The second place I'm heading to tomorrow is Airworks Coffee. They don't actually have a physical storefront, but every so often he does tastings out of it, and he sources coffees all throughout the globe. Actually, I don't even think he sources coffee within the US. All of the roasters that I know of that he uses are outside of the US, and he does this specifically to showcase some really neat qualities about different roasters that we in the States don't typically have access to. I think it's a really unique thing that he's doing, and I'm excited to meet him in person for the first time. So he invited me over. We're gonna go to his shop. I'm gonna give him some coffee to try out, but he's also gonna show me some of his coffees and also how his business works. He just expanded to a new location where he's currently fulfilling all of the orders, and I've seen the space. It's a decent size, but he's definitely maximizing his space. So I'm excited to meet up with him. And although it may seem like going to 2 spots is very easy, once you get to one of them and you start enjoying the coffee, you might want to get another coffee. You might want to start having good conversations with people that work there. You may want to try and brew up some coffees yourself. My trips to these shops may not be as short as I anticipate. So I'm going to try and squeeze in a 3rd shop here because I'm taking a train from Seattle to Portland tomorrow night, and I have to be to that train by 5 p.m. So we're gonna see if that's enough time for me to hit up 3 shops. That's ideally what I'm looking for, is going to 3 places. As I'm at those local shops, I'm going to ask for some recommendations on other locations that I may just peek into as I'm making my way back. I'm excited about tomorrow. I'm really excited about the trip overall and discovering what the best qualities are of the Seattle coffee scene. For now, we just arrived. I'm exhausted. I was on a 23+ hour train ride. Got a few breaks in between. It was very scenic, very lovely, but I'm quite exhausted. So I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning early, get ready, hit up one of those coffee shops early. I'll take you along with me, showing you how they're brewing it, the coffees I'm getting, talking about them as much as I can, and discovering why the coffees are as good as they are. So see you in the morning. All right, good morning. We're off to our first coffee shop today, Analog Coffee, and then we're gonna try and hit 1, maybe 2 more shops after that. We should be able to. I also have to figure out how to squeeze in some food during the day in between some coffee. Potentially at the first spot, we'll get some food, but hitting up Analog, let's go. The vibes were cool at this coffee shop. It's such a chill spot in Seattle with some seriously good coffee. I highly recommend it. And next I swing by Airworks Coffee, where Jacob hooks me up with 3 awesome coffees. Each one is totally different and so good. I mean, look at this lineup. There was a really good geisha that we tried together, and I still have memories of it. Day 1 recap. We hit up quite a few shops today. The first shop we went to was Analog Coffee. Great coffee. Had a really interesting experience there where a pigeon decided to fly inside of the coffee shop, and we had to figure out a way to get it out. Scared quite a few people, but we did it. I had a really nice pink bourbon from Colombia. It was roasted by Say Coffee, and highly recommend it. Great roasted coffee. A little earthy towards the end, but that could have been brewing method, could have been water temperature. Great coffee though from Say. Second to Lee, I met up with Jacob at Airworks Coffee. It was a really memorable experience. Jacob's a really cool guy. Him and his wife were a great 4 hours of my day. Was not expecting to spend that amount of time with him or his family, but it was well worth it. We are on the 5:55 train to Portland, and we should arrive around 9 o'clock, I believe. So no time to get any coffee, but I'm pretty coffeeed out today. So far the Amtrak ride has been great, no issues to report on, and we'll see how this is. This is a shorter train. We're sitting in business class, which I don't really know what to expect, but we'll see. We're leaving Portland on a high note after experiencing a rare Panama geisha from Jansen, but I can't stop thinking about the natural beauty of this trip, so let's keep it going. We have just completed our trip throughout the Pacific Northwest. It was a great, memorable trip, one that I will not forget. Met some really great people, had some really great coffee, loved both cities a lot. It wasn't my first time there. Been there a few times before, but really enjoyed it. Let me give you a little bit of a recap here. We began our trip in Seattle, went to Analog Coffee. It was a great coffee shop. Very memorable. The most memorable thing was the pigeon that flew inside of the coffee shop, and this guy grabbed his jacket, put it over it, and was able to get it out. So it was pretty memorable. The coffee was good. I got a Colombian pink bourbon washed from Say. It was brewed well. I enjoyed it a lot. After that, we met up with Jacob at Airworks. Always nice meeting other people in the industry. Jacob's doing some great things there. Was able to connect with him and his wife, and highly recommend checking out their online marketplace of different coffees throughout the world. Really cool what they're doing. And lastly, we went to URL Coffee. I met a really cool Korean guy that had just moved to Seattle from Korea about 4 years ago and decided he wanted to open up a coffee shop in the area, so that was really cool. I really enjoyed the time in Seattle. Wish I could have stayed longer, but we had some nice, memorable coffees there. I'm betting a lot of the people that I met are going to be lasting friendships, so I'm looking forward to continuing to connect with them. After that, we went down to Portland, took the Amtrak down there. It took roughly 3 to 4 hours or so to get there. It was a nice trip, not too long. Different because we weren't sitting in our sleeper trains, but it was nice. It was very nice. We went to 2 coffee shops. The most memorable one, I'd say, was Proud Mary, where I was able to get a Jansen geisha. The fact that they had so many options to choose from some of the most highly regarded producers in the world, was just a testament to how much they care about the quality in their coffee. So that was great. That was an experience I won't forget. The Jansen coffee was a natural processed geisha. It had soft florals, slight, I would say, peach note to it. I was looking for a little bit more out of it. Could have been the brewing method, could have been the temperature that was used, but overall, still a great coffee. It was difficult not to go for the most expensive coffee, which I think was about $60 a cup. But, you know, when you have that amount, the sheer amount of great producers on that list, it's tough to even choose a starting point. So that's the end of our trip. Hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this trip. And I think it's great to show how there are many different ways to access great coffee shops within the US. It's not just by plane, it's not just by driving. There's also trains. Amtrak was a nice option for us. It's a beautiful ride. I really enjoyed waking up and seeing Mount Shasta as I awoke heading towards Seattle. It was great. It was a memory I'll never forget. Hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed the trip a lot, and I'll catch you in the next one.